Okay, hello everybody. This is a short little video I'm going to do about loading this camera here, which is the B35, Rollei B35. This was actually, I thought about doing this because someone on my Facebook group I'm on, Rollei 35 photography, asked about it, and I thought, yeah, I've actually never done a video for this, and I don't know whether there is a decent video for it. There probably is, and there probably is one better than mine, but anyway, I'm going to do this anyway. So let's start by how we load the film. Now, what you need to be careful of with all Rollei B35s and 35s is that the lens is a retracted lens. Now, you need to make sure that the film winder is wound on ready. So this one's wound on ready, which means I can take out the lens and I can turn it and it's ready to go, ready to shoot. Now, I will now take a shot. I can now wind the lens and that's fine. It's ready to take another shot, but it's also ready for me to be able to put it back in. If I've pulled it out, it's ready to go, taken a shot, and I've forgotten about it. I remembered I've left the oven on or something. Then I cannot retract the lens. If I try and retract it, I'm not trying to retract it, by the way. If I try and retract it by pressing this button and putting it in, I am most likely going to break this lens because I'm pushing too hard. So do not try and retract any Rollei 35 camera. There's the button you press to retract it without having first wound on the shutter. I've pressed it. Sorry, wound on the arm. I've wound it on. I'm going to press this button and I'm going to Rollei it to the right. Push it in. That is closed. That is how it sits to be stored, that lens. Right, okay, that's just a quick intro, which is quite needed because what I'm going to do, I'm going to load the film by first opening out the lens. Okay, we're ready. So, what do we need to do? Turn the camera here, pop to the left, open up the back of the camera by pulling down. It comes off there, like that. Okay, these edges here, you can see it slots on there. Okay, now we have the back of the camera. I'll remove this. So, we've got the back of the camera here. This is the protective back. And on this side is where we put our film. On this side is our winder. Okay, so let's grab our film. Just got some Pro Image here. Good standard and a good Kodak advert. Not a paid advertisement, may I add. So, the Pro Image goes in here. It's on the opposite side to a lot of cameras. Rollei loads from right to left. So make sure Pro Image standard thing it's flat there. You want to pull your film out across the back, across the shutter window. Okay, and it's going to go into this slot where the arrows are. You can see where the arrows are. It's going to go in there. This is a first step. So pull it taut. It'll go across. It's going to go into this slot. Now, what you've got to be aware of is that there are some notches here. Make sure your film is feels like it's connected to those notches. I mean, I'm touching this. Don't worry too much about touching your film here because you're not going to use this bit of film. You're going to wind it on once you've pressed it, once you've taken the first couple of shots. So, grab your film. A Pro Image film is quite curly, so if I can catch it, it's like a wild animal. Right, so we're going to plop this into there, pull out as much film as you need, and slot it into that bit with the arrows pointing back to you. Make sure it's on the notches. Sorry, excuse me. Make sure it's on the notches, and then you're going to wind where these arrows are winding. Okay? first of all, wind there. Make sure you hold, I would hold this film, wind the notch. Now you'll see, you can see there, the film has come out there. Okay, so that should be enough film, give across. Now you want to follow these arrows. The film is caught in there. It's nice firmly down. Lots of my sticky fingerprints on it. Now you want to roll the film the other way, slowly. Now put your hand on the back again. Make sure those are in the notches, and roll very slowly along. Okay, and make sure that the film is rolling there. Now, when you can sort of feel that it's rolled along enough, I normally do it a couple of frames or a couple of times. You can feel that it's rolled along and it's caught, okay? And you might be able to see through as well that the film is doubled back on itself. Now, when that has happened, your film will be ready. You may find that it's quite hard to pull the film across. That also is a good idea of that you've caught your film, you've got your film in the right place. Okay, now put your back up. Put your back up. That's not meant in an aggressive way. Put the back of the backing up, and just make sure everything's in place. Fine, film's in the right place. Okay, you are good to go. So now get your back. Put it on. So remembering you've got the lines on either side, make sure it's in the right place. And then that will slide, those will slide all the way up. Okay? Now, you may find that it's not going up properly. You may find your camera's getting caught a bit. It won't go up there. What's going on? Well, the reason is probably that this bit has got knocked again. Okay? Because that might catch it. So make sure it's still open, because that is the locking mechanism. Okay, so make sure it's open, and we're going to slide up, placing in. There we go. Okay, so that is flush. Okay, now hold your camera, turn the locking mechanism to lock. We're good to go. Now, your lens is out. It's wound on already. We're going to do a couple of shots. Click. Wind it on. And click. Wind it on. I normally do 2, and then you may still get a little bit of light leak in your film. But essentially, that is your film. Locked, loaded, ready to go. Make sure you give yourself a little reminder about your ISO settings, which you can do on here. And if your light meter's working, then you can set to the aperture shutter you want as well. So I hope that helps, and I hope it helps anyone who's interested in loading their film in their camera. As I say, don't be too precious about losing a couple of frames at the beginning. You're still, I regularly will get about 38 frames out of a roll. So, there's a lot of give in film. Okay, so there we go. That's the end of your instruction video, and hopefully I've loaded it properly. Otherwise, I'll come back and I'll admit my mistake, which it won't be, because I loaded it properly, and so have you, hopefully. All right, thanks, bye.